Hi YouTube, it's Molly, and today I'm here for my week 39 post-op VSG update. I have topics of discussion and they're written down, so it's going to be a fabulous video, I can tell. Today I weighed in at 216.2, which should sound familiar because it's the exact same weight I was last week. So that is a 0-pound loss, but more importantly, it's a 0-pound gain for the week, and leaves me at 143.8 for my total loss. So that's the numbers. The story behind that, well, I didn't exercise at all this week, and I ate shit. Did I eat shit all the time? No, but looking back at the week, I guess if you'd want to say that I've hit the roadblock in my journey, yes. The past few weeks have been the roadblock. And I think, I don't want to say that I'm struggling, but I kind of am, but I'm kind of not. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. Looking back on the week, I had Moe's, like a chicken taco that had really good things on it, but of course that came with tortilla chips and salsa, tortilla chips, carbs. I had what I'm affectionately calling various bites of a donut, because it wasn't one bite, it wasn't two, but it wasn't the whole thing, so it was various bites of a donut. A very delicious donut, filled with brownie batter. So if you're going to cheat, go to Dunkin' and get their new brownie batter donut, because I shouldn't say it was worth it, but, like, it was really good. And then the last few days I ate really clean. So, like, I look back and, yeah, there were a couple, like, Moe's and the donut really shouldn't have happened. But they did, and I enjoyed them. And I don't want to get used to eating like that, though. I don't want to get used to this, like, oh, it's okay that I did kind of okay, but kind of shitty at the same time. So I guess I'm kind of worried about, quote-unquote, getting back on track. I don't want to say it was completely off, but, like, you know, a donut wasn't on track. Various bites of donuts. Not a full donut. It's pretty close. It's probably pretty close. We're calling it various bites. So yeah, there's that. I also didn't have any protein shakes this week. So, like, I know my protein was lower. You know, on top of eating a few things that were off plan, like Moe's and a donut, my protein was also low. So, like, my calories might have been kept relatively the same, but I know my protein, like, the percentage that came from protein was lower, and that's not a good thing. So I need to get shakes back into my diet, because I don't know how I went like a whole week without protein shakes. And I know for a fact from looking at my numbers that always on the weeks where my protein's higher, I lose better. And, you know, the fact that I didn't lose and my protein was low doesn't surprise me. And, you know, I didn't exercise either. Didn't lose any weight. Big shocker. So, honestly, I was expecting a gain when I stepped on the scale on Tuesday. So, honestly, I'm happy. I'm not happy with my performance in my week, but I'm happy with the fact that I didn't gain, and it's motivation to get my ass back on track and have a good loss next week. I've been talking to Maddie a lot about, like, sustainability of diets and that kind of thing, because he's probably sustained his healthier diet for longer than mine, and he's a good source of wisdom when it comes to that. Granted, he is more lenient with his diet than I am, so sustainability might be easier in that respect, but it is what it is. That's 4.5 minutes of my week. Let's talk about other things related to this journey that has come up this week. So, I have had my first experience with, like, bad skin rash, infection-y kind of things from excess skin. So, my belly button isn't really a belly button. It's like there's a crevice in my body at some point that skin hangs over and you don't see your belly button anymore. Well, my belly button, I try to keep it clean and dry and all of that, but obviously that didn't happen this week, and it just looked like giant chapped lips of a belly button. It's a little painful. It wasn't really that bad. It's kind of going away. It's kind of there. Documenting it, not at the forefront of my mind right now, just because it's really hard with me being in school, away from my doctor, and then going to Australia and this and that. It's just like, documenting it's not really the forefront of my mind right now. I know you can document it and, potentially get it covered by insurance to get skin removal. Honestly, through all of this, yes, I've thought about getting skin removal surgery, and I would like to potentially at some point document any issues that I'm having. But for the foreseeable future, having skin removal surgery is not something that I see fitting into my schedule. I'm in college. I go from college to internships or research positions, jobs. I'm going to grad school. Like, I'm already working on my graduate degree at the same time. Point being, I'm in school, I'm working, I'm doing internships, I'm an EMT. I don't, in any foreseeable future, meaning like the next 5 years foreseeable future, know a time where I can just like take off a couple months that it takes to recover from that kind of surgery. It's way more major than the sleeve was. I took off like a couple days, and I was back to normal within like maybe 5 days. So skin removal surgery is just so much bigger of a time commitment in that being laid off for all of that time. And with my life, I don't see it being a something that's going to be able to happen anytime soon, even if insurance was to pay for it. If I have to pay for it myself, that will absolutely never happen, because I'm already in enough debt from school that we will not be adding on skin removal surgery to that. So documenting it, yes, I could, and it would help, have it documented for a longer amount of time, but it's not really a pressing issue for me right now, just because I don't see it happening in my schedule anytime soon. If that's something you're going for, you have issues, go ahead and document it. Right now, it's just not at the forefront of my mind. I also have had, the past couple weeks, you probably are not going to be able to see. Yeah, it's more on the back, but like shoulder and back, I've got a ton of like acne starting here, and mostly in the back, but kind of on the shoulder up front. I've never in my life had issues with acne anywhere but my face. Going through my teenage years, I had a crazy face full of acne, and I still get, little bits here and there. But I've never had issues with anything else. And all of a sudden, I've been getting, shoulders and back. And I've heard other people talk about it. Hormone changes or whatever it is. I don't know. It happened. I thought I'd mention it. So I talked to when I was home last, I had blood work done only on my B1 and my D, because those were low the last time I had blood work done. And the time before that, and the time before that. So they checked them again, and big surprise, they were low again. And they called me and like, oh, are you taking your vitamins regularly? Yes, we've had this discussion. Like, okay, we'd like you to add on extra B1 and D supplements, which I had already done 2 times ago when they told me that they were low. They said, add on these. Then when they did them again, they were like, oh, you should add on extras. I said, I already did. Do you want me to increase them? No, you just keep taking what you're taking. So yet again, we've had this conversation of, oh, you should add some on. And it's like, okay, I've already added on extras. What extra dosage would you like me to be taking? Because clearly it's not working. And they just seem to always come back with this, well, are you taking them regularly? Like, okay, we've established the fact that I am, 1, taking my normal vitamins regularly, and 2, that I'm taking the extra vitamins that you have added on regularly because they were low. And they seem to just, like, leave it at that. They just kind of, like, get pissed off and assume that I'm not taking them, and just, like, don't get back to me. So that's kind of been pissing me off. Because, you know, I'm not happy about the fact that they're low either, but I'm trying to fix that, and I'm trying the best that I can. I'm taking my supplements, I'm taking the extra supplements on top of the supplements that you're already supposed to take, and then they just kind of get pissed off and assume that I'm not taking them, because I'm a sleeve and I'm supposedly not supposed to have problems, blah, 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 blah. My office is also pissing me off because I had Ensure Nutrition send over the prescription thing to, like, try to get protein shakes covered, and they were just like, oh, we've had this discussion with you before, we don't want you on protein shakes anymore, so we're not going to sign this, we're not going to have your surgeon sign this, because we don't want you on protein shakes. And I said, we've already had this discussion too. One, it's better than skipping a meal, which I will gladly do when I'm running out the door and I don't have breakfast. A lot of times that's my shake. It's better than skipping a meal, and you've admitted that. And, you know, I know for a fact that I lose better when I have more protein. So it's like, sign the prescription. Like, I don't understand how you can just be like, oh, we don't really want you to use protein shakes, so we're not going to sign this prescription. So, yeah, they've definitely been pissing me off, between the, like, assuming that I'm just not taking vitamins and not signing prescriptions that they should be. I mean, I understand that, you know, protein from food is better. I understand the reasonings behind that. I still do understand that skipping breakfast is worse than having a protein shake. So, you know, and I've explained this to them. It's like, would you rather me skip breakfast, or would you rather have me have a protein shake? So those are my current life struggles. You know, eating not being as clean as I'd like it, time not having it, actually, looking at things here, yeah. So, because I'm late for a meeting while I'm making my YouTube video, because school is a just massive train wreck. Skin issues, acne issues, vitamin issues. It's been an interesting week. I have to go, I have like 5 missed phone calls from my project group. Robotics. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm going to go. I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you all soon.